This above me is a Flock Safety automated license plate reader.
But they don't just read plates.
Today, we're talking to Ben Jordan. Ben is a journalist who, for the past few months, has been working on Flock cameras. He's been dissecting them, taking apart their hardware, and figuring out how they work and what vulnerabilities there are. Ben found that these cameras do more than just capture license plate data. They capture images of people. They store those images for long periods of time, sometimes all the way back to the date of their manufacturing. And the biggest problem is they can be hacked.
Yeah, so you have the Flock Falcon cameras. You turn those around, and there's a big button that lights up in the back. You could just push that button 3 times, and then it'll start blinking, and then a wireless access point is created. The password for that access point is in all lowercase. For every single camera that we've tried, it all has that hard-coded password. Then you just send it a command to enable ADB, which is Android's development environment. And then it's probably under 30 seconds. You can completely shell a device and have full access to it.
Now, we're not going to release the actual password, but what Ben told us is that Flock built a massive surveillance system and functionally made the password to it password. Flock says that images are only temporarily stored on the physical device and that they are encrypted through their 30-day life cycle. Ben told us otherwise. For the cameras that you took apart and you looked at, were they adequately encrypted?
No. In all of our research, we've not unencrypted or cracked a thing. Like all of it was unencrypted at runtime, yeah.
Did those cameras detect people?
Yes.
Would you say those cameras are secure?
No.
Police agencies have reported abuses of the Flock system by employees, like a former Eccles County, Georgia Sheriff's Office secretary using Flock to stalk 2 people, or the former police chief of Brazelton, Georgia, who allegedly used Flock to stalk and harass residents. Ben says that the data obtainable through Flock opens a lot of doors for stalkers.
If I were a stalker and I had somebody's license plate information, I would run it. The first thing I could think of is to run it through Park Mobile data breach. You could just download the breach data. So you could go from a license plate to porn site pretty quickly. And the reason I would even bring that up is because maybe that's the thing that'll get people to care about this. Like maybe when their actual secrets that they don't want their community or friends or family to know is outed, then or when it's threatened to be outed, then maybe that's when they'll say, ooh, yeah, these data breaches and these privacy concerns are actually really important for me to live my life the way I choose.
In the time since we interviewed Ben, he found another major security flaw. He was able to enter some keywords into a commercial search engine like Google and access the administrative back end for dozens of Flock cameras. He said that this security vulnerability was like Netflix for stalkers. If a local police chief reached out to you, would you sit down with them and explain how this works?
Yeah, absolutely. As of today, there's over 50 vulnerabilities, and a lot of them are severe, which is a really bad thing if it's like a webcam or a smart thermostat, or that it would be a really bad thing if it was a cell phone. But these are cameras that are tracking almost everybody in the country. So in the information security world, this is a tragedy. This is really, really bad.